Hey everyone, and welcome to the channel. So today we get to check out a brand new vehicle. This is the all new 2024 Lexus TX350. This model is the all-wheel drive luxury. Huge shout out to Hendrick Lexus Northlake for providing this brand new three-row SUV for me today. Check out their website, that link is down in the description. This TX is finished off in Cloudburst Gray. The MSRP is just over $70,000. And underneath the hood, this is powered by a 2.4 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. It's paired to the 8-speed automatic transmission. It pumps out 275 horsepower, 317 pound-feet of torque. That power sent through the all-wheel drive system, propelling this 4,700 pound SUV from 0 to 60 in around 7 seconds. Top speed is 112 miles an hour. It also has a fuel capacity of 17.8 gallons. You'll expect to see around 20 miles per gallon in the city, 26 out on the highway. This has a wheelbase of 116.1 inches. Its overall length is 203.1. It has a width of 78.3 and a height of 70.1 inches. As we move on to the exterior now for the all-new TX, this is a three-row SUV from Lexus that is aimed to compete against the Tahoe or the Suburban. So it has more cargo space, as you will see once we make our way to the interior. But up front, you'll notice that there's a really nice brush trim accent that goes from headlight housing to headlight housing. There's a small grille up top along with a sensor. Lexus badge is now a physical badge on top, so it's not a forward-facing sensor like some of the other models, but there is a forward-facing camera, all of the parking sensors. There's even some lights tucked away down in the lower section. This still retains LED headlights, DRLs, and turn signals, but you will notice too that it doesn't have that traditional crisp point for the turn signal and the DRL. It's the strip that runs just above this trim piece here, so slightly different. We have some nice contoured bodywork still coming to a crisp point, but that DRL point is no longer for this model. Plenty of cutouts in the lower section too, and we have a little bit different of a grille. It doesn't have that hourglass design shape to it, but I think it's still a really unique looking front end for this all new model. Now, as we work our way to the side, this has a set of 20-inch wheels with that multi-spoke design to them, finished off in a dark gray to match this. Fender arches are body colored for this model, including the lower side skirt there. There's also parking sensors too on the side, and even a camera underneath the power folding side mirrors. They have chrome, turn signal, and then the body colored section up top. More chrome for the upper section of the windows. And then this has a full moonroof. This particular model also has the installed roof racks too. And then being a three-row SUV, I think it has great proportions to it. Really nice lines that run down both above the door handle and in the lower section of that side skirt there. Now, as we work our way to the back, this has a body colored spoiler, third brake light, wiper blade is down below. This has LED taillights with the LED bar that runs right through that power liftgate, and then the backup camera with all the sensors. This even has a towing capacity of 5,000 pounds, which is pretty impressive for this three-row vehicle. And then as we work our way to the cargo space, this is where you are going to see the biggest difference. So we currently have some items in the back at the moment, and that is including the third row up at the moment. So you can almost put this box down flat. It's just a little bit long, but check out the amount of space that you get with that third row up. Very impressive to see. There's also some areas where you could attach a cargo net or something like that. And then you also have the one-touch power operated rear seats. So once you push on those, they will quickly fold down, and then that gives you a lot more interior space. So it's definitely an impressive amount of space, and up top you can close and lock the vehicle, which of course is nice for that power liftgate. But let's work our way to these back seats now. For the second row, you will notice the very nice materials running down the armrest. There's also leather. We have that electronic release with the manual release too, window adjustments, storage space, even the adjustable sunshades if you need to use it. Now, for this particular TX, this has the bench seating for the second row. You can also opt for captain's chairs if you would like to. And you have a lot of controls for this seat. It's also finished in leather and Alcantara. Now, they do recline, so that's the lever right there. They move forwards and backwards, which is the first one. The second one is how you can do the two-step process to fold these seats flat. So I'm gonna push on this button now at the headrest, where you can use that to slide the seat forwards. But from there, if you slide it back and pull on that second lever, you can fold that seat completely flat. But now at 5'10", I can work my way into the third row where it is extremely spacious. I'm 5'10", plenty of room for my feet and my legs. Now, like I said, these seats move forwards and backwards, so you can adjust as needed. We have storage space on this right side here. You can even recline and incline these seats from the third row. There's USB-Cs, a lot of window space. And then check this out. I have roughly an inch, maybe 2 above my head. Honestly, I could be very comfortable riding around in the back. It's super spacious. We have air vents up top, large windows, and it's a comfortable place to be. I could definitely see this being a functional third row for 2 people to be very comfortable, which is awesome to see for this all new model. Now, we can quickly slide that back up. In order to move it backwards now, we will just pull on that first lever that I mentioned down below, and we can slide the seat back now to give me plenty of space for the second row. Now, there's storage pockets in the middle. These are even heated seats. We have all of the climate adjustments for your fan speed, temperature, where you'd like the air to go, auxiliaries, and a little bit of space in the middle. Now, for the middle seat, there's the armrest and 2 cup holders. This is connected to that seat so it doesn't fold down by itself. And then here's a look at visibility from the second row. It is so open feeling for the size of this vehicle. Very impressive. Now, up front, door panel is just like the rear. This has the Mark Levinson audio sound system. Lots of storage space down below, all of the window and side mirror adjustments too. And then for these seats, a little bit more lateral support to them, but a very beautiful leather and Alcantara seat. All of the automatic controls are located down below. Now let's fire this up. We have the solid leather steering wheel with some brushed accents in the lower section. This also has the paddle shifters as well. Now, all of these controls are not new from Lexus. We have the lane keeping assist along with your cruise control. Left side, there's volume. And then when you use all these arrows, you actually notice them on the head-up display. So when I hover my finger, it will show you the control that you are on. You can also go through a lot more information with these controls on the right side, and they will all pop up in the gauge cluster. So you can scroll through all of this information just depending on what you would like to see, which is nice. And then over on this left side, if I hover on those controls, now we have tuning, we also have Bluetooth and voice commands, and then there's also mode, audio, and more tuning for the radio. So it's a pretty easy system to use. Not a whole lot of configurability within this screen itself, but it's nice that you can go through a few different of these just depending on what you would like to see. Now on this left side, a little bit of storage. There's memory seating adjustments, the fuel cap and the liftgate release, and then a few dimmer switches and odometer resets. And then for the infotainment system, this is not new from Lexus. It is fairly new, but we have navigation, music, you can get into your audio, even go into the different driving modes. You have seat controls, you can go through your all-wheel drive system, and then there's a lot more general information that you can scroll through as needed. This also has heated and ventilated seats, heated steering wheel. You can quickly get into your climates. You can also go into all of these settings here. You have frequently used, your comfort and convenience, you have your drive modes, head-up display. Look at the amount of standard safety features that this has. You can turn those on and off. And then you have the fan speed underneath that, temperature dials. There's also the physical button for power and volume for the radio, and defrosters on both sides too. Now underneath that, this does have parallel parking, so you can use that as needed. And if we click on the view button, this gives you that 360 view. So Lexus has that underneath angle, so that way you can see if there's anything close to you before you take off for the day. There's more auxiliaries down below, including a wireless charging pad, and if you slide that entire section open, you get a 12 volt and even more storage. So it's nicely hidden away. And then on the right side, there are 2 cup holders. You can actually push on unlock at the bottom there and remove those if you need to, and then lock them back into place when you are ready to use them. So that's pretty cool and innovative to see. And then looking at the shifter, let's put this into reverse. There's the backup camera with all of the guidelines. Drive is going to be in the opposite direction. We have the manual setting, so that way you can use those paddles, and then park is located just behind that. Now this also has traction control. There's the off-road setting with the gravel and the Christmas tree. There's the engine start stop, downhill assist, and the e-brake. And then for the center armrest, it has the split design to it. Lots of space. It's a pretty deep compartment where you can place some items. The glove box also has a lot of space. There's more of that suede Alcantara just above that. This does have the digital rear view mirror, so you can use that as needed. There's a sunglass holder too, all of the dome lights and the sunroof and sunshade adjustments, and a lot of visibility from this driver's seat. It's a stretched vehicle, but even over that left shoulder, it's still easy to see. So as we set up now behind the wheel for this all-new Lexus model, the TX350, aside from it being a full 3-row SUV, the exterior being a little different, everything on the interior is fairly similar. I just finished reviewing a 500H F Sport that has a very similar interior styling. So really it's just the fact that now Lexus has this full-size 3-row SUV to compete with some of the other brands and actually have a lot more interior cargo space, both with the 3rd row down and with the 3rd row up. So it's very cool to see this much needed larger size vehicle from Lexus, and with a slight acceleration in normal mode, we're up to speed. It is interesting to see we don't have a little bit more horsepower from this engine. It's just a turbo 4, it's not a hybrid or anything like that, which for their first year model, maybe there will be some different engine options available at some point. All we have right now is the 350 that we are in, and then you can also go with the 500 F Sport. So if you want a little bit more power, I guess you would just go with that model instead. So we put it into sport mode. I'd say it's pretty adequate. It's a pretty heavy SUV, but the fact that it can even tow right around 5,000 pounds is very impressive for this style of vehicle. But aside from that, driving it, it's just like you would expect a Lexus to drive. It drives very similar so far to the 500 that I was just in. It's a little bit longer, of course, being a 3-row, but even looking over my right shoulder, I could see that car behind the headrest of the 2nd row there. I have the camera system too, which is extremely beneficial. You're going to have this vehicle packed full of people, and this eliminates having to look through their heads, through the headrest. You can just flip that up, and now you have perfect visibility. So I like the tech features that are offered in this all-new TX. It's not overboard. Lexus, they have good technology, but it's not overboard of technology, which I like. It's very simple, but at the same time too, it's effective, and it gives you basically the basics that you need. We have the adaptive cruise, lane keeping assist. You can go through all of that tech without having extra bells and whistles. This has been very comfortable to drive too. Seats are in a really good spot. I like the bolstering support that they do have to offer, and it's comfortable. We just had that large truck pass us. It's quiet too. And now in the manual setting from 2nd gear, here we go. The paddles are surprisingly responsive, which is nice to see. This isn't a vehicle geared towards having to use them, but if you needed to use them for whatever reason, maybe you are towing and you just want to hold a gear in order to get through whatever section you are in, they are beneficial and they are there, but super responsive for this style vehicle. But now from the driver's seat for the all-new TX350, looks identical to pretty much all the other brand new Lexus models, so it would be hard for you to tell apart any differences. The one minor difference that I will point out is the fact that we have 3 USB-Cs up front. I believe there's around 7 total in this model. I think that's the most from any Lexus model, so that way everyone has a spot to charge, which is nice to see. But aside from that, everything else is virtually identical. Rides and drives just like you would expect a Lexus to do, except now we have a little bit more space. And with the driving modes, I've played with them a little bit. I was just in the 500, like I said. It really just modulates your throttle response. So eco mode, you really have to give it some more acceleration in order for the response to kick in, but that's what it is designed for. And of course you can put it into sport mode, where you have a little bit more of a touchy throttle. So again, just depends on how you want to drive for the day and what you are doing with your car. Let's give it one last acceleration as we merge to catch back up to traffic here. Seems pretty adequate. I would personally probably opt for the 500, but that's just personal preference. This seems very fine for this type of vehicle and what it has to offer. But that is going to wrap it up for the all-new 2024 Lexus TX350. Once again, huge shout out to Hendrick Lexus Northlake for providing this all-new 3-row SUV for me today. Check out their website, give this video a huge thumbs up, and consider smashing that subscribe button so you don't miss out on our daily uploads. And I will see you all in the next video.